Welcome back, South Africa, and guess what? We finally made it to the finish end, and we're about to get tucked into our hot cross bun s'mores. So I don't know why exactly you chose this recipe and what exactly goes into it, but I do know, South Africa, that if you do want the recipe details, do go to afternoonexpress.co.za. But for now, you said hot cross bun s'mores.
Yes.
Is there a reason why we're using hot cross buns specifically?
Because it's sweet and spicy, and I think it holds up to the fire. So
True.
I think that was the reason. I always loved it as a child to stand with a piece of stick that you broke off from a tree with your marshmallow at the up front part of the stick, and I loved grilling it just until it got a little bit brown. Some people loved it black, not healthy. Don't do that. So I just thought, what a nice idea to take something that's sweet. You can use any bun, as I mentioned. The brioche bun would work, that kind of thing, but it has to have a sweet element.
Okay.
And I think more of a cakey dough would work for me. The bread, put Nutella on it. You can put anything on there. You can put a chocolate spread on there, nut spread, whatever you choose. Even honey would be nice.
Okay.
You can barbecue anything in this. You can barbecue anything.
True.
Anything.
And I think this is the one part where we can actually get the kids involved. So the parents have done all the manual labor, all the heavy lifting, and the kiddies just come through, put this on the fire, and that's basically it.
And you can choose different toppings, and different chocolates. Any chocolate you want, you can put. You don't even have to put on chocolate. So there's so much to play with when it comes to this idea. But the idea is a dessert braaibroodjie.
And this is literally just 3 ingredients.
Yes, 3 ingredients.
Okay.
I've added some butter just to make it more-ish, because we need more-ish. Okay.
So what are we doing then? We're just slicing up our hot cross buns?
Yes, cut it in half.
Okay.
I'm adding some butter, as I said, just to add to the taste.
Make it more luxurious.
Why not, as you say, right? And then you can see how much you can stuff in. These are quite small hot cross buns.
Okay.
It's not the bigger one, so I think 2 is enough.
Okay, so
But
you don't cut them in half. You just literally go in there like that.
Just go for it. But I mean, half would probably be a good idea. Then it melts easier as well. But I just stuff it in there.
All right.
And do it like that. Put your chocolate on top. Chocolate is so much just for an inside fun idea. You don't have to completely crush it because it's going on the grid anyway.
Okay.
So the grid will push it down together.
Okay, so we're not putting it on. We're actually going to put it between 2 grids to actually... Okay,
exactly.
Perfect.
You can put it on if you want to manage it that way, but I think it's just so much easier to turn it. Otherwise, it gets really hot.
Okay.
I think.
Right, I'm going to cut mine in half. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I mean, why not?
Good technique, good technique. Go for it.
All right, so I'm going to put some layers of my marshmallows in there. We've
Because
got
you do
some
want
chocolate.
your marshmallows to melt, so that's a good idea to do it that way.
And I mean, the one thing I love about this is that it's so simple, quick and easy, and you can literally get the whole family involved. And I mean, the parents have done the heavy lifting. We just, this is perfect for the kiddies, right? The little ones.
That's what I thought. I just have some fun.
Yeah.
And I think you can make, for example, you can even make broodpudding pot with this. There's an idea as well for you. But yeah, and roly-poly, those are the kinds of things we made for functions when we were kids, roly-poly pots.
Okay.
So you put, I don't know if you've ever heard of roly-poly.
I have, actually, I have. But the one thing I want to touch on, actually, we're doing a whole lot of cooking here, and each time you speak, you actually mention your family a lot. And I think I just want to get the story behind that. I mean, has cooking always been in your family, or is it something you just jumped onto as an adult?
It's just always been in my family, very much on my father's side. So my father's also 6 kids. His twin sister is a caterer in Bredasdorp. She caters here in the Western Cape. Her son is also a chef. Even my aunt, who was a doctor, she loved cooking. She was very skinny, very fit, and looked after herself and that kind of thing. But also loved cooking. So I think everybody has their own vibe. My other sister, always used to bake cakes. I'm into braaiing and that kind of thing. My other sister makes more elegant food, the middle sister.
Okay.
My brother's very much the meat, go hunting, make their own biltong and droewors and all that kind of stuff. So it's very much, I want to say it's in the blood, but everybody's a foodie these days, so maybe it's not that unique,
The thing is, I can imagine how Christmas actually is with your family when everyone is around. I think everyone probably wants to show their skills and what they can make, because you just mentioned how everyone does different things, but you all just seem to gather around at the Christmas table, I figure.
And because I'm the youngest, I never get to make the meat or the main. That's always for, now I've got to do the dessert, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do the dessert.
Man.
But yeah, so it's always a fight who can bring what. So yeah, but there's always too much food. It's actually wrong, but too much food. Lekker, lots of food.
I don't think there's ever too much
Yeah.
food. I mean, there's nothing more festive than a feast, you know?
Exactly.
So I can imagine that you guys get together, cook all these beautiful meals. And yes, this is not too much of a sweet dish, but I mean, what other recipes are you thinking of making this year?
Oh, for dessert, because it's such a hot time of year, you don't make a malva pudding or a chocolate pudding, that kind of thing. Something I love doing these days is making sorbet, and it's
Okay.
the easiest thing. I've got some in the fridge, you can taste. And it's just lemon and sugar and water, and then you can add anything like mint or basil in there, and you put it in the fridge. You mix it, heat it up, mix it, make sure the sugar dissolves, put in loads of lemon, and there you go. You freeze it, take it out of the freezer, put it in your food processor. You don't need a machine to make it nice and uncrystallized,
Yeah.
if that's a word. And that's a lovely thing for summer. Really
Wow.
enjoying that.
That definitely sounds amazing, but I do
Okay.
think we need to probably get these babies on the
Yeah,
fire.
Okay, so you can close. I'm
Okay.
going to just hold that intact so that they don't move forward too much.
course,
And then
okay.
obviously they're going to be, I just want to
Very
lift that one a
sandwich.
little bit that
Okay.
way. I think it's a good idea to turn this one like this.
Okay,
And let
perfect.
them somehow melt into each other.
Into
That's,
each other.
You know, that's the idea.
Perfect.
You need to be strong with this one to be
I
strong,
see.
strong. As I. And you can put in one as well if you want, if you don't want to use two.
And what's
Do
the
the
whole
proper thing like to me dead and cut them in half. As I.
So what's the whole idea here? Are we trying to get them charred on the outside, or are we just literally melting the
We want them
marshmallows?
charred. I like the charred, but you definitely need the marshmallows
Melted.
in the center melted. Yeah, that's the idea. And if some of it drips down, that's fine. But yeah, that's the idea.
I don't think anyone in the world understands the fact that we've just made an entire feast in the open flame. We've started with, I can't call it starters, but we've started with chicken. We made cornbread. We literally baked on the open fire, and now we're making an amazing dessert. And I mean, South Africa, we keep saying to you, if you want these recipes, go to Afternoon Express. Anything that is not on Afternoon Express would definitely be in Martha Lisa's cookbook. If you want to know more about all her recipes, do get her on the socials. But I think our pork must have been cooking for some time now. Maybe we
Yes.
can give it a check. I just want to see
You can
how
have a
it's
look. Just watch
looking.
out if it's too hot, maybe.
There we go. Oh
it's
my
coming along
word.
nicely.
It is bubbling away.
I can smell it from here.
It is, but then I know I'm going back to the pork. We're focusing on the hot cross bun, but I'm going back to the pork.
Yes.
You said we cook it for 6 to 8 hours, and any cut of meat can be cooked in this process as long as it's cooked low and slow.
Yes, exactly. But I would go for a tougher cut of meat.
Okay.
So definitely, but anything that you want to cook low and slow could work this way.
Okay.
But I would go for the tougher meat. So the as we said, the pork shoulder is a good idea. Brisket is a good idea. If you don't want to make it in a smoker, not all of us can afford to have
Yeah.
a movie smoker in the backyard. So I think any form of meat that you want to go low and slow, you can use this for.
Okay.
Obviously, if you put a chicken in there, you'll just be left with mush
True.
and bones. You know? So you don't want to use chicken for that long. Just
Yeah.
then an hour or two.
True.
Yeah.
Because I also know that with us black people, there's something called chot,
Yes.
which is also practically just pulled meat, you know,
Yes.
meat that falls off the bone, and that works perfectly here. I just
can have
got
a look.
distracted by the fact that I
Yep.
see a bit of smoke.
Yes.
Is that perfect,
You
right?
can turn quickly.
And
the
that's
reason
quick.
why it burns quite, you've got to keep your eye on it because it's got it glazed
High
on
sugar-
the outside.
yeah, high
So I
sugar
think the
content.
coals over there may be slightly high, but yeah,
Okay.
we can scratch some of it out or just move some of it away.
But I mean, messy cooking is
Yeah.
good cooking. Well, our s'mores are ready. The rest of our feast is ready. It's time for us to dig in. So stay tuned.